Hello you guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98 and welcome back for another new video for today once again. Today I am continue on for the next episode of GojiFan98's Tremors-A-Thon. Today I will be taking a look at the third installment of the Tremors franchise and my favorite movie of all time with Tremors 3 Back to Perfection. Releasing in the year 2001. The tagline in the movie on DVD and the videotape cover, it says, "The food chain just grew another link." Very genius. Anyway, the movie was taking place about 11 years after the events for the first movie, and also follow after where the second movie ended it, where Burt Gummer, once again played by Micheal Gross in this film, where he's still in Mexico, hunting down more graboids, including the Shriekers. In the last movie, we know Shriekers, they can sense the heat of our bodies with their heat sensors on top of their head. To protect yourself from those creatures, it's to hide your body heat, like getting a cold temperature. That demonstration in the last movie when Earl did it, but it only a little bit lasts until the ice starting to melt. Sometimes things a little bit work until it kicks back. So anyway, Tremors 3 had brought back the most popular character return in the previous movie, from the first movie that came back, and it taking place back to perfection. The production of the film gave a green light was back in the year 2000, where Universal Pictures decided to get ready to make it another movie. Since there was no new Tremors movie to follow since after Aftershock, including was supposed to be going to be a TV show in the 90s, but more detail about that when I get to talk about Tremors The Series, which that will be coming up next. Anyway, Tremors 3 have brought back some characters in the first movie came back. We got Nancy and Mindy, Miguel, and Melvin all returns in the first movie. And it was so good to have it sent back in perfection once again. It hadn't been in it since briefly appearance in the second movie where we met Earl Baston due to his farm of the ostrich. Here in the perfection, it's completely changed. All the ruins that we know that in the area were gone. Moved down to the junkyard. What Walter Chains' market is now being handled by owner of Walter's niece named Jody. A new character was joining, including another new character named Jack Sawyer, who's a founder of Desert Jack's Grabway Adventure. It's about a tour guide's business. I was like, okay, why do you have to approach the guy who do the tour business based on the encounter of Graboid after attack profession 11 years back? Well, trying to get more money, I guess. Well, trying to turn the Profession Valley into a theme park? Well, Earl and Grady did mention in the film because they have their own theme park business. Works well for them. But it's really so sad we didn't see these guys again. But anyway, Burt went back to his house, but in between while he was gone, he has a concrete truck appears in his property and had cement around his property. It's because he made his own concept on how to keep graboids away from his house. Like what happened in the incident in the first movie. To have a concrete wall around his property on the ground as a graboid proof. So the graboid cannot get near his house again. But it works. But we know the concrete really did painfully hurt and killing graboids, like in the first movie did. But when the graboids did come back, but then the government showed up when Nancy called for help because the graboids are back. But when the government showed up, they told that the hunters cannot hunt for graboids anymore. But they decided to make a deal if they could capture one of a graboid alive, which that was kind of stupid. Trying to capture one of a live graboid to study, this is not a very good idea. But these creatures could eat and killing people. But when that happened, until Shriekers have reappeared again. Well, in the beginning, we did see the entire army of Shriekers, but they're only limited because there was not enough much for the computer generator to do more of the scene because of the budget limit. And we also introducing a new monster. But I wish I could say the full name of the creature, but I can't say that because of YouTube rules about not to use cussing in the video. So I'll have to call a new monster as A-Blaster or AB. Anyway, let's talk about this monster. A-Blaster, that he has a similar ability as Shriekers, that can sense the heat of our bodies through his sensors on his head. Unlike Shriekers, it can fly by launching a flame out of his bottom. But not actually flying, it's glide to the distant, like Varen. But anyway, This is the one thing I hate about in this movie. They kill off Micheal in this film. He really don't deserve that. Micheal was my favorite, and I like it the way he was smart enough to know how to keep the Graboid away with Walter's little tractor in the first movie. Really, it does. Anyway, when the heroes manage to kill one of those ABs, they soon learn that this monster can have a flammable chemicals that it causes a chain reaction if it gets on fire. Also learn it carries a Graboid egg, so when the creatures have the ability to glide, they have to carry the eggs so they could get far as possible. Just like they had to transfer the nest to another. But unlike Shriekers, AB don't multiply when they get enough food. They end up getting into a food coma, which is demonstrated when Nancy told Burt about it on the radio. And also that funny part I like about what Mindy did, she used duct tape on AB's mouth and his foot around it to prevent it get loose if it wakes up. That was pretty smart. I would have done the same thing too to shut the monster's mouth. Like, time to shut your mouth, monster. Well, if only. Anyway, when they reach to Burt's house, but then one of the sucker of AB crashed through the roof and then makes our hero have to get to the safe room. But we learn this creature can melt the door with its bottom because it has a flammable chemical. But Burt ended up destroying his house in the process. I was like, oh, Burt, come on. Seriously, why you would have blew your house? Well, sometimes you gotta do what you have to God, but and ended up having no guns. But the remaining heroes managed to have to fight AB with no actual guns. They had to build their own with a pipe gun. Well, like it inspired a potato gun, you have to use a pipe, flaming arrow. Well, in the original thing, it's supposed to have potato that goes 100 feet. But Jody had it to suggest it, instead of potato, use a flaming arrow with a rags to burn to get the AB to blow up. What a great performer scene ever. In the end, they only have one Graboid left, which his name is El Blanco, he was the white Graboid. And somehow he's the only Graboid that don't turn into Shriekers because he's very different. He doesn't turn Shriekers at all. He's very different. So yeah, even I love at the end of the movie when Burt leaving Melvin behind on the rock was because Melvin was trying to sell Professor Nevada to his ranchist because he is the founder of Professor Valley Ranch to making a home real estate in Nevada. Which is, that's kind of, well, like I did mention it and I did review it in the first movie about why Melvin hates Profession so much. It's because of it in the original script idea of the first movie. Well, that's all I have to say for Tremors 3, Back to Profession. And my favorite quote that Burt Gummer said before he closed the door in the mobile home, right after they fired the flaming arrow gun for the first time to destroy AB. Then he said, and that's why we're top of the food chain. Very good performer. And also a little bit more, we did manage to see that Burt actually gets eaten by Graboid, but he's actually survived that because he was on the oil drum that got him survived. But we'll also learn about what dangers if you survive and when you get swallowed by Graboid, but I'll save it when I get to the 6th movie. I know some of you did, but we're not in the 6th one yet. So, anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will always stay with you fans, and GojiFan98's will be here for more and do more videos in the future. So yeah, so stay with fans and Tremors fans, and stay tuned to the next episode. I will reveal the first TV show of a Tremors franchise that came to be in 2003, Tremors The Series. So yeah, stay with fans and Tremors fans, and I'll see you later, and make sure always check out my my TeePublic shop right after the video if you all have time. So stay with fans, and I'm always here. Bye!